Hello. I'm leaving the crystal shop, the witchy store, the place where you can buy crystals and tarot decks and candles, and there's an apothecary. You know, I went in here and I was like, I'm just going to look. Just going to look around. I'm not going to buy nothing. Because every time I come in here, I spend way too much money. Every time. Yeah, I'm just trying to kill some time on a Sunday. Nope, I spent 120 bucks on some more tarot decks, oracle decks. They had a Star Trek tarot deck, dude. Star Trek The Next Generation. I had to get it. Oh my God. Who did this? How could you? Give me that. And I got some little crystals and some candles. Anyway, one time I was in here with my twin flame, and somebody spotted us. So, and they knew they knew who I was, and they figured, oh, is that her? Yeah, that's her. And it was kind of awkward, sorry. I don't know, I've never been famous. What the fuck, dude? I don't know how to do that. It's weird. I'm just me, And they're like, oh my God, it's Kurt. And is that her? Yeah, that's her. Yep. No, but it was nice. It was nice to be seen, and I don't know. That was cool. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about. But what I do want to tell you guys is like this new level of I feel terrific. I gotta tell you guys, like, you go through the Forced Awakening. It's really tough at the beginning, and really tough doesn't even begin to describe it, but we'll just call it that. And then you get through that and you start to feel better. It really helps if you don't focus on your twin flame during that period. That way you can kind of get your bearings about you, and like I tell my coaching students, like detox, like go all the way. You'll speed things up if you do that. It works. Well, anyway, I think you'll find, guys, that life is going to bring you surprises, and everybody talks about this. At least any spiritual teacher who is worth their salt is going to tell you, yeah, life is going to always bring you challenges. There's even Eckhart Tolle videos called Life is Going to Bring You Challenges, and that's fine. It snows, it rains, it's sunny, and then the wind comes, and then it's sunny again, and you know what I mean? And you can't control other people. There's people that do things, and that's kind of what this video is about. There's people that do things, even people who ordinarily you would think of as spiritual, and maybe they should know better. But, man. And before I get into all that, I just want to say, man, like, why do I feel so good? Like, things just keep getting better. Like, I've been presented with challenges, and I got better from them. And it's like things are getting so much easier now that it's like I don't even have to try to be happy and to be... I can't even tell you, like, how thrilled I am to be alive. I'm just absolutely ecstatic to get out of bed every day. Really. I feel terrific. You guys, this shit gets better. Again, it could be that... Because, see, like, my Forced Awakening took off about 5 years ago, and I've been through some shit. Just, like, a couple of years ago. Like, in the middle of this 5-year period. And I grew from that. Some people get the impression that the way this works is You have the awakening, you get through that, and then you never have to deal with anything difficult ever again, ever. And you're never going to have a bad day ever again, ever. And nothing bad is ever going to happen ever again, ever. And some people even go so far as to say that if you do have those challenges, that proves that you're not spiritual and you didn't do it right. And look at how you reacted when somebody mistreated you. That proves that you're not spiritual. And oh my God. But that's all bullshit, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. But like I said, first, I just want to tell you why I feel so good. Like the short answer, which is, guys, I just got rid of so much garbage, so many toxic people in my life. They're like everywhere. And I would encourage you to look at your relationships with people, friends, family, partners, lovers, business relationships, the goddamn grocery store you buy groceries at, just everything, guys, everything. And I've done that too. And I've cut a lot of toxic people out of my life. And again, even though I was hard into my spiritual awakening 2-3 years ago, I still picked up some toxic people along the way that I've had to cut out. You know what? Like, it's like you never stop learning and growing. Again, a lot of people make the mistake of thinking it's a one and done thing. You figure it out, you work it out, and then that's it. And if you have more growth, if you have more troubles that you didn't do it right and you don't know what you're doing, and I'm like, dude, it's only been 3 years. How can you say that about somebody? You never stop. But here's the other thing that I'm trying to tell you is after, come on, dude. After a few years, and for me, it took like 4 or 5 years, I've reached a point where it's like, I don't think I'm ever going to be going back again. I don't think I'm going to have to learn these tough lessons ever again. Ever. Like, I know that's the end. Like, anything you want to throw at me, I have such strong boundaries. Think of like a hot air balloon that it's not going anywhere. It's sitting on the ground. The basket is stuck there, but you're blowing the heater, the fire thing, the flame, right? And you're like, why aren't we going anywhere? And somebody's like, dude, you still have the sandbags attached to the basket. What are you doing? You gotta drop that shit, dude. And if you do, it takes off. You know, do you see my analogy, right? And that's kind of what this is, man. Like, all you gotta do to like drastically increase your level of well-being is to just cut out toxic people. And I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's your own mother. And I've had to do stuff like that. People that are supposed to be like super close to you. People, and again, you could meet people along the way in the first several years of your spiritual awakening that you think are good. And then after a couple of years, you're like, wait a minute, this person is not who they seem. Like, it's like the mask comes off or something. And you might even be hanging out with them for a couple of years. And then you're like, wait a minute, this person is, I don't know, like, just not who they appear to be. Like, they might even seem warm and kind and helpful and sweet and innocent. And by the way, they're really good at playing the victim card. And behind closed doors, that fucking mask comes off, dude. And they're always projecting their victimhood onto you and telling you that you're bad. And so now, you know, we could go down the rabbit hole of like narcissism, gaslighting, and this kind of thing. And we will. But before we go there, I just want to really emphasize that just cut them out. Guys, just cut those people out. Cut them out. I don't care if it's your dad, your mom, your sister, whoever it is. Somebody that you thought was your best friend, a business associate, just anybody, your boss, employee, whoever. I don't care. Just like stop letting these people into your life. If you and before I go there, let me finish one more time. I know I'm repeating myself a little bit, but I really want to make sure you get this. You drop that shit like a sandbag off your balloon. If I build a rocket and I fire it up It's supposed to launch. It's supposed to take off. Those motherfuckers go into space, dude. They're going fast. Nope, not this one. I attached a bunch of lead weights to it. Why? Like, you don't even have to do a lot to increase your well-being, is what I'm saying. I mean, there are things you can do to do that, to like fill yourself with more joy. But what I'm telling you today is, to get started, you just cut out all the toxic stuff. Step one, release the sandbags, get rid of those lead weights, and you'll fucking take off, man. I feel so fucking good. And all the things that I've encountered over the last few years, as I start to notice these things about other people, I don't feel jaded. I don't hold any animosity. I'm not, what's the word? I don't feel like, like good, like, like, yeah, screw you. Like, I'm not out to get anybody. You know what I mean? I'm not like defiant. What's the word? You know what I mean? I'm not jaded off of it. I'm not sitting here like really focusing on it, on what these people have done. I'm really not focused on it, right? I mean, the only reason I'm talking about it right now is because that's my job, guys. Like, I'm a spiritual teacher. I get on YouTube. I talk about these things with you. I talk about them with my coaching students. You know what I mean? But once I turn this video camera off, I'm done. I'm going back to my day. I don't sit around and like harp on it. You know what I mean? I'm just not focused on those people. But I know not to let them in, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. But I know what their little scam is. I've seen them when the mask comes off. And again, these could be people that are like, they come off like real sweet, real kind, real gentle, and no, they are the most entitled. Oh shit, this guy's driving the wrong way. Dude. What are you... You're on a one-way street, bro. Oh my God. Anyway, like, people, they just do that. I don't know. They're in, like, if you can imagine, like, you doing 100 nice things for somebody, and they do one nice thing for you. Like, you do 100 things for them, and they do one thing for you, and it keeps going on and on and on like that, and that never changes, and you might not even have a problem with that. Maybe you feel like helping this person. Maybe you see potential in them or something, and you're like, cool, I'm going to do that. And guys, I do that for my friends all the time, at least the people that I'm going to keep in my life as friends now that I've been thinking about this stuff, right? But again, like, some people, when you do that with them long enough, eventually they end up showing their true colors. And instead of telling you thank you or acknowledging that you've done 100 things for them and they've only ever done one, they attack you and they, I don't know, they call you name. You were mean, you were abusive, you know, because maybe you got upset with them one time. You were abusive. Abusive? For getting upset with you? When you were, like, never reciprocating. And I don't even expect you to. I don't even expect you to reciprocate. But, like, just, they take it to that level with you. Do you know what I mean? And you've never really asked for anything in return. Maybe just an acknowledgement. No, they just stab you in the back. They throw you under the bus. They just say something shitty about you behind your back. And then when you call them out on it, they're like, well, look at everything I've done for you. Really? Well, okay, I will look at everything that you've done for me, because I can count it on one finger. I can count it on one finger. It doesn't even take my whole hand. And again, it's not about like really expecting anything in return. It's just like, really? You're going to do that? That's all. That's all. It's that. You know what I mean? And again, once the camera turns off, I don't care, guys. I'm not sitting around stewing over this stuff. But this is how we learn and grow. We think about this stuff. there might come a time when you're going to have to start looking at your own inner dialogue on some of this stuff. And just be honest about the people around you. Even if they look nice, talk nice, act nice, say nice things, maybe they got a soft voice, gentle, they come across as super nice, or maybe they're always like, there are times when somebody could be doing things for you. Usually not. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe. Usually it doesn't work that way. Usually it's just things that they say. And people like this are everywhere, man. I've talked about the rumor mill before too. You could have somebody making false accusations of you, and you decide, okay, I'm gonna just say, no, that's not true. I'm just gonna stick up for myself one time, and then that's it. Because I don't want to get into it with this person. Why? Like, I know I didn't do anything. And so I'm just gonna say my bit and walk. Now, somebody else comes along and says, oh, triggered. Oh, you're not spiritual. I caught you. You're triggered. You triggered. Oh, nope. Yep. You can't say anything. You can't. No, if you say anything in response to somebody when they're lying about you, you're triggered. Oh, and so now you have not one, but two people spewing some horse shit at you, gaslighting you, telling you how you feel. Oh, you're triggered. And you're like, no, I'm not. And as a matter of fact, like, to prove it, you could look at your actions 6 months later. Here's what I mean. Did you sit there and harp on it for 6 months, whatever the original issue was that the first person brought? Did you sit around talking about it to everybody in your workplace or your friends or family or whoever it is? No, you said something about it once, you stood up for yourself, and that was it. 6 months later, you haven't said anything. Obviously, you're not triggered. Obviously, you're not focused on it. Right? So people, they have all kinds of stupid arguments all the time. People, they're always going to come at you with all kinds of gaslighting and bullshit. And they're like fucking everywhere, guys. There's lots of people that do this. And it could even be somebody who's ordinarily, they seem like a nice person. But they're going to go, oh, see, yeah. They're going to say stuff like that to you. Like, oh, see. What, I'm supposed to sit here and let somebody accuse me of like stealing from them? That was like the example I used in a video I did a couple of weeks ago where I was kind of talking about this stuff. And you're like, I didn't take your pen, and you get up there and you stand up for yourself and you go, I didn't do that. Fuck off, right? And as soon as you do that, as soon as you say something, and I've had people do that, I'm a public figure. I'm on the internet. I don't know if you guys know this about YouTube, but if you've got, say for me, for example, I got 76,000 subscribers now. You guys are awesome. I got 76,000 subscribers. The way it works with YouTube is that means, generally speaking, that twice that many people are actually watching your channel, and half of them just don't subscribe. And I do that. Like, I watch channels sometimes for weeks that I never subscribe to. So I got at least 150,000 people looking at me. Wow. And if you look around on the internet for people saying negative things about me, there's not very many. So I must be doing something right. There's always gonna be people that disagree with you and, say things about you, the rumor mill, there is that. And I don't know if having thick skin is what it takes. There's like that old trope about having thick skin. And I'm like, well, I don't know if that's really it. You don't sit around thinking about it. You're not even focused on it. You're just going about your day. And again, guys, I feel absolutely ecstatic to be alive. Just generally speaking, every day. The only reason I'm talking about this is because I'm a life coach. I talk about this stuff. I just want to help you guys and just stimulate an interesting dialogue about these things because it worked for me and I want you to be happy too. Well, anyway, again, if I maybe stick up for myself and go, no, guys, I see somebody saying some shit on the internet that I know is not true, and I'm like, no, you don't know what the story is, and I get in there and I say my bit, and then I walk and I don't come back. So you mean to tell me I said something one time, walked, and then months later I still haven't come back, and that proves that I was triggered. So again, this is gaslighting. People telling you how you feel. And it could be somebody who's just like a bystander, just some person who ordinarily is a nice person. And psychologists, I don't know if you guys have ever like watched any, say, YouTube videos. You know, there's people like Dr. Ramani, like she talks about narcissism. She's like an expert at it. And one time I heard her say, yeah, as a psychologist, one of the things that we have to go through in our training is to have the gaslighting worked out of us. We work very, very hard to make sure that we're not doing that because it's like subconscious, like people do that. And I think she's right. I think a lot of people do that and they don't even realize they're doing it. So just be conscious of that. It could be somebody who's a perfectly innocent, nice person that's doing that to you. And it's not your problem, guys. Like, if I see somebody that's throwing off all these red flags, even though they seem like a nice person, I'm not going to let them in my life anymore, you guys. Anymore. If you go out of your way to help somebody and you do all these things and you give them all these things and they give you very little back, and then they just like, I don't know, they go behind your back, talk about you behind your back, make shit up, and then you call them out on it, and then when you call them out on it, they double down. Ha! They double down, and they even have the nerve to tell you that they did just as much for you as you did for them. Guys, you don't have to do anything about it. You don't have to talk to that person is the real best answer, right? But you can't change that. You're not going to change people. You're not going to change people. That's what I'm telling you. Like, don't even get mad about it. I don't even get mad about it anymore. Again, I'm just having this conversation because it's my job to talk to you guys about this stuff. But seriously, like, whenever I see somebody doing that, I know what they're doing. I'm not stupid, dude. And here's the thing with narcissism, they're gonna point their finger at you and tell you that you're doing it. That's what they're gonna do. So, boundaries, guys, boundaries. You can't change the person, so just stop caring. Just cut them out. Just stop talking to them. Just anytime I see somebody come at me in my personal life and I see red flags, no. No more, guys. No more. No more. And again, I'm not like jaded off of it. What I'm telling you is I feel fucking fantastic about it. It's like a secret weapon or something. Like a little secret to happiness tool that I found, right? Because I've let people believe it or not, my whole life, I've let people push me around and just take and take and take and take and take from me. And I don't know when to say no. I don't know when to stop. And those days are gone, guys. Those days are gone. And I feel so fucking good, man. It's just like getting all the dead weight off, getting rid of all the fucking dead weight, and you just take off. You just take off when you do that. Get rid of all these toxic people, guys. Stop letting toxic people into your life. Again, you don't need to be jaded off of it. You don't need to sit there and be stewing and like, oh yeah, that fucking person, you know, because then you're just going to let that person live rent-free in your head. And they're kind of getting what they want, in effect, right? No, just let them go, guys. Just move on. Don't let any more of these people in your life. Don't do it. Stop. People are really good at creating problems for themselves, letting problem people into their lives, and then making excuses for it. People are really good, guys. You don't have to help these people. You don't. You can. I've got family that I had to cut out of my life, and it's kind of a big deal, right? So I've got some other people that have been in my life for a long time, 30 years, friends of mine that I've known a long time. And when I started making these cuts, I finally looked at the last 2 or 3 people standing, and I was like, those are my friends. Those people are my friends. And as a matter of fact, I've known them for so long that that's my family. One of the people that have been in my life for all these years who are still standing, they're still a part of my life. I finally told him, I was like, you know what, dude, I'm upgrading you to family. I had to cut all of my biological family out, or at least a few of them, right? I've had to cut those guys out. So you know what? You're my family now. I'm going to start taking care of you. And they're having some health issues. And I said, if you get any medical bills, you send them my way. And I gave them some money, and I started paying for some of their medical bills. I gave them some money to help move to a better place. I told them, I'm spending money on the wrong people. You know what I mean? You're my family. I'm taking care of you now. You know what I'm saying? I've been letting the wrong people into my life and allowing the wrong people to be my family. I've been allowing the wrong people to be in my life and the wrong people to be my family. You're the one that has proven yourself, and that's it. I think you guys get what I'm saying in the way that I did that with this person, how I decided I'm going to help them. I'm going to do this thing for them because this person has always been there for me. They've never stabbed me in the back. They have proven themselves over 30 years to have absolute integrity. You know what I mean? Like, they've never, ever gaslighted me or anything. Ever! They've never lied about me behind my back. They have not done a fucking thing against me. Not even one time. This person is my family. And I told them that. You're my family. I'm not giving any more to any of these other people, dude. And I'm serious, guys. All the different areas of your life. Friends, family, relationships, business, right? And your boss, your employees, just, maybe you run a business and you got contractors, vendors, I don't know, just whatever it is, guys. Just fuck, man. There's lots of people out there that you can talk to, and maybe doing a little due diligence would be good for you, Looking for the people that are actually going to bring value to your life instead of problems. I look at the way that I used to do things and I think, man, it was like I was so desperate for a friend or something that I would just let anybody in who looked like a nice person, right? And then I look at the things years later that they were doing, and I'm thinking, well, they were nice, but look at the things that they were doing. One time I had an old guy tell me, yeah, sounds like a nice asshole. Yeah, they're nice, but look at the things they do. Yeah, they're a nice asshole. You know what I mean? I thought that was kind of clever. He was kind of the wise old grandpa type that you go to for advice, But, yeah. No more, guys. No more. I'm done. and it's just improved my life. It's improved my attitude. I'm cutting all this toxicity out. All these people who create problems for me, that bring drama, needless fucking drama. They let you down. You do all these things to try to help them, and they can't lift a finger for you. And then when you call them out, they go, I did everything for you. Oh my God, really? Wow. Incredible. Incredible, guys. I'm done. I'm done. And one thing, by the way, that I really hate is the person who does that kind of shit and then they play the victim card and they're good at it. Ah! Narcissism, dude. Fuck, it's like everywhere. It's like embedded in our culture. And I'm not going to be part of the problem anymore, guys. And you know what? To be honest, I never really was. But on the other hand, I guess in order for there to be users, there needs to be victims. Stop being a victim. Stop being a victim. And again, that doesn't mean that you're going to get jaded and you're going to, I'm not taking it anymore, and you're like all fucked up off of it. No, actually just let it go. Just say fuck it. It's not like, it's because like basically what I'm saying is I don't care, but it's not, I don't care, right? It's not like that. It's more like I'm out. If you guys want to do that, cool. But I'm just going to go over here and do my thing, all right? See ya. You guys do whatever you want. I'm just going to go over here and do my thing. Well, anyway, guys. Welcome to your new life. Don't be afraid to have some boundaries, man. Learn what that is, too. And people, man, when you demonstrate your boundaries and people start calling you names and projecting onto you and arguing, and like you could say 2 or 3 words to them and they give you like a 4-page long text message, that's the person that needs to go right there, guys. All you're doing is demonstrating your boundaries and they just fucking go off on you. Right. You see the problem there? Yeah, you see the problem. So, and you don't need to do anything about it, guys. Just walk. Just walk. Just get out of there. And if you're stuck in a situation, you can change it, guys. Believe that. You can change it. And you should. It's good for you. You'll be a lot happier. Well, thanks for listening, you guys. I hope this video has helped you. Like I said, I'm going to be doing these kinds of intimate talks from time to time. So I'll be around. It's a beautiful day here in sunny Colorado. We have a saying here that there are 300 days of sunshine out of every year in Colorado. And I think that's pretty much true. Actually. Pretty much true. So, hope you're having a good day. And I'll see you guys next time. Much love. Bye.